full passion. Have mercy on us and on the...
My name is Sister Faustina Kowalska of the Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy. And I would like to share with you my most cherished memories of Father Michael Sopoćko, who was my spiritual director and who helped me greatly in the initial spread of the message of the Divine Mercy. Father Sopoćko was born on November 1st, 1888 in Novosady near Vilnius under the Imperial Russia at that time. During that time, the Tsarist authority persecuted the Catholic Church as well as the Polish and Lithuanian people within its territories. The Sopoćko family was a noble family where the Polish and Catholic traditions were conserved and developed. The young Michael Sopoćko matured in this religious and patriotic background. He was motivated by a great desire for unconditional service to God, the Church, and humanity, such that Michael Sopoćko entered the major seminary in Vilnius. On June 15, 1914, he was ordained to the priesthood by Bishop Francis Kerewicz. From 1914 through 1918, he worked as a parochial vicar in Taboryski, where he opened 2 mission churches in Miedniki and in Onsadon, as well as in various parochial schools. When informed by someone that the German authorities, the Gestapo, who checks that zone, may arrest him, Father Sopoćko left the parish and went to Warsaw. There he became a military chaplain for the Polish army. At the same time, Father Sopoćko went to the University of Warsaw, from which he obtained his doctorate in moral theology in 1926. In 1927, the Archbishop Romuald Jarzbrzykowski entrusted to him the responsibility of being the spiritual director for the major seminary. Father Sopoćko was an energetic, intensely spiritual priest who was very happy in his pastoral duties. But he could never have imagined how in May 1933, when he was appointed to be confessor to the convent of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy in Vilnius, in present-day Lithuania, my convent, his life would dramatically change. It was there in the confessional when I met Father Sopoćko. Before that, I prayed every day for a good confessor. I prayed novenas to the Holy Spirit, and I asked the other sisters for prayers. After my first mystical experiences, which brought me joy and amazement, but at the same time fears and doubts, I started to look for human help to realize all the commands given to me by Jesus. I suffered very much because of my confessors who did not understand my experiences and did not know how to help me. The Lord had begun revealing to me His message of divine mercy, an urgent message that He wanted me to share with the whole world. But who would believe me? At first, no one believed me. Not my superiors in the convent, not my previous confessors. They all thought that I was crazy and that I'm having delusions of seeing God.
Thank you, Sister.
Good morning. I thought about
the mercy of God many times in my meditations, particularly during the talks or sermons and liturgical prayers. But I did not examine its contents and its significance for spiritual life. I did not understand, and for the time being, I could not agree that the divine mercy is the highest attribute of the Creator, Redeemer, and Sanctifier. What was needed was a simple, holy soul closely united with God, who, on God's inspiration, told me about it and stimulated me to study, research, and reflect on the subject. Such a soul was Sister Faustina, who achieved gradually that I regard devotion of the Divine Mercy, in particular, establishing the Feast of the Divine Mercy on the first Sunday of the Easter, to be one of the main aims of my life. I met Sister Faustina in the summer of 1933 as a penitent in the congregation in Vilnius, Lithuania, in which I was then an ordinary confessor. She attracted my attention with her unusual close union with God. There was mostly no matter for absolution, and she never offended God with a deadly sin. Already at the beginning, she stated that she had known me for a long time from a vision, that I was to be her spiritual leader, that I had to carry out some of God's plans that were to be presented to me through her. I ignored her. I ignored her story, that I put her to some test, which made Sister Faustina to start looking for another confessor. After some time, she returned to me and she said that she was prepared to bear everything and she would never leave me again. On getting to know Sister Faustina better, I concluded that the gift of the Holy Spirit worked in her in a concealed state. But quite often, they appeared more openly, partly overwhelming her soul in a lively manner, arousing surges of love, solemn heroic acts of sacrifice, and self-denial. Frequently, I saw Sister Faustina could clearly see the nothingness of worldly things and the importance of suffering and humiliations. On another occasion, she kept her gaze fixed at the beatific, joyful light for some time, out of which a figure of Christ emerged in a walking position, blessing the world with his right hand, and in his left one opening his robe in the vicinity of his heart. Two rays gushed forth out of the opened robe, a red and a white one. Sister Faustina had already had such and other sensual and mental visions for several years, and she heard supernatural words captured by the sense of hearing, imagination, and the mind.
Have mercy on us and on the whole world, for the sake of the sorrowful passion. Have mercy on us and on the whole world, for the sake of his sorrowful passion.